Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Switcheroo by Aaron Elkins, performed by Jeff Cummings. Chapter 1. Jersey, the Channel Islands, Great Britain, June 1940. The Nazis were coming. It was all anybody could talk about. The capitulation of the French, making official what everyone knew to be a fact anyway, was now a week old, and the coast of occupied France was only 12 miles away, visible even on a cloudy day. On a clear one, you could pick out the cars on the roads. With binoculars, you could see that they were tanks and personnel carriers, not cars. Already the Germans were entrenched in the fortified coastal city of Saint-Malo, 15 minutes by a Luftwaffe bomber from Jersey. Meanwhile, what the islanders called the homeland, England, was 10 times more distant, across virtually the entire width of the English Channel, and the homeland had thrown them to the wolves. Once the threat of a German invasion of the Channel Islands had become both certain and imminent, London had shocked the islanders by withdrawing all means of defense. The British soldiers stationed on the two main islands, Guernsey and Jersey, had been hurriedly, some said furtively, evacuated. And there was no air cover, no Royal Navy vessel within call. The British government had declared the islands a demilitarized zone, in effect, an invitation to the Germans to march right on in. And the inhabitants had been left to cope on their own. All this only weeks after their beloved, no longer quite so beloved, Winnie had made his stirring call to arms. "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills." He forgot the part about, "We shall fight everywhere but in the Channel Islands," went the sour joke making the rounds in St. Helier and St. Peter Port. The outrage and shock of the abandoned islanders prompted London to provide ships for those who wanted to evacuate to the homeland before the occupiers came. Many whose roots were too deep in the soil elected to remain, but there were thousands desperate to get out with their families before it was too late. Even in 1940, they'd heard about the Gestapo and the concentration camps. But there weren't enough ships, and there wasn't nearly enough.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?